trash hauler, whose house it is and whose special account is connected to that recycling bin. And the more recycling you put into that recycling bin, the more points you get, which you can redeem for gift certificates. And Recycling Bank then takes its cut from a part of the savings that the town has made. And what I'd seen over the initial results that were coming in from this is that the Recycling Bank did increase recycling some, and it did reduce waste a little bit, not as much as pay as you throw, and it costs more money, a lot more money to put into effect.
It sounds like you are aware of a range of possible ways that different towns at different populations have looked at this, dealt with trying to increase their recycling and reduce their waste stream. And
yes.
In the end, you decided that for a town our size, with our financial considerations, out of those options, pay-as-you-throw is the one.
Yes, pay-as-you-throw of some sort was the way to go. And within a couple of meetings, that was, the committee had definitely decided to move forward with that. They started looking into all of the options that were available in different pay-as-you-throw methods, so that they could distill down to the select board what options were available and what options probably made sense for a town our size. For instance, San Francisco has a pay-as-you-throw program, and they use various sized trash bins that you purchase from the city, and you then pay a fee based on how large your trash bin is, and then it has automated pickup. And so that was one of the things that we had to look at and, essentially say that's not the best way to go about it in this town, because it would be a very huge outlay, and when you have to decide what bin are you going to get, and you currently are throwing out 4 or 5 trash bags a week, you say, well, obviously I need the biggest bin. And once you have the biggest bin, what encouragement do you have to go and buy a smaller bin? So
you really thought that won't reduce waste stream?
Right. Exactly.
And, I'm sure we're all aware of the environmental reasons why you would want to reduce the waste stream. But what does that mean as far as money goes?
Well, for every 2,000 pounds of garbage that the town has picked up for it, it costs which is 1 ton. It costs the town $100 to dispose of it, not including the cost of hiring someone to go and pick it up and drive their trucks around from house to house. That's just the actual cost of $96 to bring it up and to put it in the landfill up in the middle of the state, and then a $4 fee levied by the state to deal with some taxes and fees.
So material that isn't recycled is taken from Brattleboro in trucks.
Yep.
To upstate.
Yep.
To how far is that?
I think it's about 100 miles away. And currently the town spends about $330,000 a year on just that price.
Just that line item.
Yes.
Not the associated costs. So when you looked at once you had decided as a committee that pay-as-you-throw was the way to go for Brattleboro, then you had a range of options regarding what pay-as-you-throw could look like on the ground as far as getting trash and recycling from our curbside to wherever it has to go. And you made a decision as a committee.
We essentially brought a menu to the select board.
So you brought choices.
Yeah. some members of the select board were not ready to deal with the issue. John Allen famously said, well, if trash collection is already costing us this much, maybe we should go to what all but 3 other towns in Vermont are doing and have trash collection be the responsibility of the citizen. And of course, that was frowned upon by pretty much everyone, and he changed his point of view. But at that point, they said, we're just going to table what you said. Thanks for the info. And then they continued to go on about their business. And this is something that happens.
They tabled the process of deciding
they actually,
how to respond to the committees.
They actually, first thing they did when they heard that is they said they voted, we're not going to go pay as you throw.
Was there anybody on the select board involved in the committee work?
The members of the select board had come to the occasional meeting, but it was much more of a drop in, drop out sort of thing.
And there wasn't any other kind of like formal reporting going on?
So we'd given the occasional update.
So it sounds like
before the meeting.
It sounds like it was like dealt with like as if the information was a surprise. That's why I'm asking. So is that a fair thing to say, or?
I'd say that every time you bring this up to someone, they seem surprised, even if they've heard it before. So I'm sure it was a surprise, even though they'd heard it before.
What do you attribute that to, Junio?
Well, I've been told that you have to tell that you have to tell someone something 5 times before they actually hear it, and I think that's obviously the case. That's what I've learned.
It's been your experience on this committee, anyway.
And I work in building efficiency and energy field, and my wife very much wants photovoltaic panels on our roof, and I say that's a great idea. I love that idea too, but we need to do X, Y, and Z before it's really worthwhile to put the photovoltaic panels on your roof. But X, Y, and Z are a lot less interesting to a lot of people than the photovoltaics. So time and time again, she comes back to let's put photovoltaics on the roof. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that unless someone's telling something you want to hear about, it'll take a while to listen.
This isn't pretty news. I mean,
no, it's not. Not for. I mean, for me, it seems like a great opportunity. But the first thing you hear is that you're going to start paying more for your trash, which may or may not be the case, depending on who you are. But you will be paying with your wallet rather than with your checkbook, once a week rather than 3 times a year, or 4 times a year.
With your wallet. Oh, meaning it's going to be an expense that you feel on a regular basis and you see on a regular basis versus something that you're going to deal with now and then. Yep.
And you don't see the expense as it is right now. And that's the reason that we've gotten into the trouble that so many towns in America are in right now, is not seeing the expenses of what is actually happening.
So let's talk about expense and how the committee dealt with decision making around. Well, again, the committee laid out some options regarding how to manage once the committee decided that pay as you